is your girl Wendy Law here, cellist, and you guys requested this video very specifically on Instagram. I asked what you wanted to see for videos, and you said you wanted some techniques for beginner cellists. Don't worry, I will have one for advanced cellists as well, but for now we're going to talk about beginner cellists. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe right now and hit that little bell button so that you'll be notified of future videos, and of course like this video. It really helps me out a lot with the algorithm and everything so that other cellists can also see these videos. Tip number one, always, and this actually goes for not just beginner cellists, for any cellist at any level, always start with a warm-up. The best warm-up, of course, is scales. Now, why is this so important? Because first of all, you want your body to be comfortable, and so that you don't get hurt. And just like athletes need to warm up their body, scales are really the best because you can really think about all the things that you need to focus on. Vibrato, you know, whether it's the sound, which is so important, but for me it's always about having good feeling and then adjusting accordingly. Thinking, oh, I'm not relaxed enough, so I try to relax more, and I'm thinking, I'm a little bit tense here, let me just relax my shoulders. So I relax my shoulders, and I feel each note, and I think about my vibrato, making sure I vibrate at the beginning of each note, make sure I'm sitting correctly, so on and so forth. This is like my thinking process as I play the scales. That's why it's important that we always start with scales. Tip number two, this is not that easy for beginners because, you know, a lot of times they feel like, how do I hold the bow again? Is it like this? Is it like this? Is it like this? Is this like this? Like what do you do? I feel like it's not that easy, but I have one rule of thumb for you, which is that however you hold a bow or hold up your left hand, it should look and feel natural. Look and feel natural. Feel natural is the most important key of all. If you have anything that sticks out or anything you feel discomfort or anything hurts, that means you're not doing it correctly. So what I would like to teach beginner students is that always the left hand looks like you're holding a big delicious cup of smoothie. So looks like this, or beer if you are a little bit older, okay? And it looks like this, and well, not always like that, but like if you are extended, then yes, it looks like this. But normally, maybe let's just say a cup of coffee. It just looks like that, right? Everybody hold up your cup of coffee or beer like that, and then you just put that cup, bam, like that. And that's how the left hand should look like. Now, I can do a more detailed video later exactly how to do that, but just basically, you know, this is how it looks like. Boom, 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 boom. Same thing with this hand. I want everybody to reach your hand like this, as if you're reaching out for something, right? And then just bend slightly at the elbow. You see your hand like this? You just fit the bow and boom. It's really that simple. Boom. So try that out, and then you just put it on a string, and that's it. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, easy for her to say. How do you do it? Well, start with that, and if you want, I can go a little bit more in details. Comment down below if this is something that you're interested in, and I will just do a very detailed video on exactly how to do the smoothie cup and the right hand shape for beginners. Tip number three, put your instruments away properly. That seems really obvious, but when you're beginning to play the cello, you may not know how to put your cello away. And if you've got pets or young children in your house, or even if you live with somebody, you know, they can knock it off, and meaning knock off your cello, and you just don't want anything bad to happen to the cello. I see some cellists put their cellos like this on the chair. I try to avoid that. I always put the cello sideways like this on the floor. Oh, see how I just almost knocked off everything. But just always put it sideways and put it near the walls. Don't put it in the middle of the living room where people walk over. Always, when you put down your cello, put your end pin away so that there's less of a chance of someone knocking it off. The best still is to put it back into the cello case. Do I recommend having a stand? depending on your cello. If it's like a beginner cello, it's probably okay, but if you have like a more expensive cello, you know, always just put your case away and always stand up your case against the wall or just put it down on the side. Tip number 4, you are a beginner cellist and you're wondering how you're gonna get better. Yes, I can tell you to practice. The most important thing is really to carve out a time every day to practice consistently. So it's not just to like practice 6 hours when you have like the weekend off. No, it's about accumulative work, and you need to feel your cello and be with it like your baby every single day. And even if it means you only have 15 minutes, do it. Just take out your cello and spend 15 minutes, and that's it. And it's so important. A lot of times you improve when you're sleeping. I'm not kidding. Like, I feel like that's true for many things, because your body and your mind just need some time to kind of problem solve. So if you don't get something, don't sit there and try to solve it in like 6 hours. Just give it the preset time that you gave yourself each day, whether it's half an hour, 2 hours, and then put it away. Don't overdo it. And then your body, I feel like, will teach you how to get better the next day. And then you come back to whatever thing you're working on, it gets better by yourself. I promise you, that is really the process. That's how I got better, by not practicing too much. Number 5, set some realistic goals for yourself. I see a lot of students just kind of get discouraged after playing it for a few months. They feel like they're not progressing, or they feel kind of stuck. I think you need to set realistic goals, and it's really important that you talk to your teacher on how to do that. You know, whether it's like learning certain songs, certain techniques, certain books, just like keep moving forward and don't get stuck or hung up on things that you don't get. If you don't get it right away, try to practice something else, work on other techniques, and then come back to it. So you always want to have a fresh mind. You always want to be excited about playing the cello. When you're in the practice room, there should be a time when you're enjoying it. You know, just enjoying this time. It should be fun. It should be light. You can like kind of like think about what you have accomplished and feel really good, you know? So set some realistic goals. Tip number 6. This kind of goes along with my theme about like not overdoing it and not forcing it, is to take breaks. I used to sit there for 5 hours straight and like work on the same like little passage forever, and I just wouldn't get it, and I would get more and more frustrated and more frustrated. And then I was like, I am gonna sit here until I get it. And then it just gets worse and worse. And then I get more frustrated, and then it just goes down the drain. Take breaks, not only for your mind, but of course for your body. You need to stay fresh. If you're gonna practice many hours, you know, just stay fresh. Tip number 7, and this is really the most important thing. I know there are a lot of videos online as such, and you can try to learn to play the cello, but you really need to have someone who will keep you accountable, a good teacher. I'm sure you can look up and ask around who are good teachers. I also offer online classes now, so if you want to find out a little bit more about having coachings with me, so look on the description below if you're interested in studying with me online. And having a teacher is indeed important. If not me, you should look for other ones in your town, in your city, and that's very important. So I hope you found this video helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions. Comment down below, like this video, share it with a friend, and of course don't forget to subscribe, and most importantly, please consider supporting me by becoming a Patreon patron on patreon.com/wendylaw, and check out my visual album, which is right here on YouTube, or go to wendylaw.com/PASIÓN. And all the links and everything down below. You can purchase a CD with my autograph if you're interested. I will put all the information down below. I so appreciate you watching and I appreciate your support. And I would love to hear from you. And please let me know what other videos you're interested in seeing from me. Cello related, of course, or music related. Thank you again. I'll see you next time. Bye!